Hi, this is an unedited clip of a supracapsular flip cataract surgery. So I'm doing the paracentesis here using a side port. I don't fix the eye, which might not be a very easy technique for beginners. I use a finger sometimes, or sometimes I just don't fix the eye. I try not to do a squarish wound, I'm more to a rectangular wound using a keratome. This is a 2.4 millimeter keratome. I usually use a soft shell technique, so dispersive viscoelastic is placed in the eye. And now cohesive viscoelastic to deepen the antechamber. This is the Utrata forceps, so my technique is to start in the middle, get a flap up, bit of inefficiency here, losing the flap. The aim is to get the flap in one go, past the wound, going to 7 o'clock position, curl and put down, and then I'm trying to rehold now, getting on top of it and finishing off. I should have got the flap a bit nearer to the tearing point, and that increases control. This is a flat hydrodissection cannula, so usually I would go to the side, lift the tip, drop the heel to open the wound, and also to force the nucleus to go the way I would like it. And then repeat on the other side, and here's the nucleus out. So usually I would go bevel down. My main aim here, because this nucleus has a bit of thickness to it, is to debulk the nucleus slightly and then flip it off. So it can be a bit tricky because you don't want to debulk fully, because then you'll not be able to flip it off. And usually it works well single-handed. If things get stuck, then I would put a chopper inside the eye and work with two hands, but usually it works well single-handed. Here I'm trying to get with the irrigation inside the side port incision. The problem is the incision is a bit smaller and the irrigation is actually bigger than the aspiration. So I'm forming the AC from the main wound and going back. And now I'm successful in getting in. And then working on that side. My main aim is to try to get big chunks by sweeping horizontally. And then once I have the cortex, once I have a good purchase of the cortex, I would peel towards the center and then step on the pedal. Now I'm working on the other side. And I've managed to get nearly all from one side, except a very small part here. Now filling the eye with the cohesive viscoelastic. So one tip here is to re-push the eye down until you get the lens at least half the way through. Then you can ease the pressure and see what's happening with the lens and where it's going. Usually it will go, if you're directed tangentially down, it will go inside the bag. And then I would use the IA to push the lens down so as not to use a second instrument, which increases efficiency and safety. So removing the viscoelastic over the lens. And now I went with the irrigation under the lens to wash the viscoelastic and redirect it entirely. I think that's inefficient, and it would have been much more efficient if I go with the aspiration under the lens as I'm now doing. Now a small part of the lens matter is attached to the edge of the lens, which I'm getting. And then I found another small area of lens matter, so maybe that's why, maybe that happened because I did not change hands. Alright, finally done. Okay, so hydrating the side port. So usually I can get it all from one go, and then hydrating the other side port. Usually I would do the wound first, the main wound, then the other side port. But anyway, going back to the other side port, and then that's what I do. I press in the center, and I would like to leave the eye AC formed and the eye is yielding. Thank you so much for watching.